Y'all, today's project is a true pick-me-up, and it is a mailable. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly appreciate it. I know that you could be doing anything else right now, yet today you are choosing to spend some of your time with me, and I am so appreciative. Y'all, today we are making the cutest 6x6. I am going to flip to my overhead camera because I want you to see this beauty. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. Y'all, today's craft is absolutely adorable. I said it was a 6x6, and it is. It is a 6x6 mini scrapbook album card. You heard me, card. And you're going to be able to mail this if you want, or you'll be able to hand it off. It all started with one piece of 12x12, a couple of strategic cuts, and we were able to make this. So I'm going to open it so that you can see what it is. When we open it like this, you can see that it's a bifold. But what we have here is a built-in mini scrapbook. So you can put pictures, you can put little sayings in yours as I've done. And then we're also able to create a pocket for tags, gift cards, cash, whatever you want to put in here. And then on this side, I placed the photo mat. So if you wanted to place a photo, you can. But y'all, I'm serious when I said this started with one sheet of 12x12. And I cut it this way, and then I cut it this way, and then I folded it this way. So I'm going to show you how to do this right now. Don't you dare go anywhere, because this is one that I think you'll probably want to save to a playlist. And I'm just going to stand it up like this. So if you look at my picture-in-picture, you can see just how adorable this actually is if you have it sitting out on a mantle or a table. It is truly a keepsake item. So here's what we're going to need to make it. So it does start with a 12x12, and I've chosen this teal color, and I need one sheet to be able to make the folio as well as the built-in little scrapbook holder here, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. And then I have some extra 12x12s that I'm using as accent colors on the outside as well as the inside, and as a backer for my photo mats. What I have total is I have two sheets of the same color of 12x12. It is a lighter color on one side, darker color on the other side. These are 12x12. It is medium weight cardstock. Then I have these two 12x12 inch pieces. I'll be using these as decorative elements on the project. And then I have a sheet of 12x12 white. Easy peasy is the name of the game today. And so here is how we score. So we're going to take one of the 12x12s. Let's score at 3, get a nice crisp score, and then score at 6. Again, a nice crisp score. Then we're going to turn it once, and we're going to score at 3, but this time we stop at that 6 score. We score at 6, we go all the way to the end, and then we score at 9, and we stop here at this 6 score. So what I've done is I have created this on white paper so that you can see exactly what I did. So here are the scores that I made at 3 and at 6. Then I turned it once. I scored at 3, but I stopped at that line that goes all the way across. Then I scored at 6. I went all the way down. Then I scored at 9, and I stopped here. So I'm going to leave this here for just a moment, or you can pause your screen to get a shot of what this looks like. So this is how my scores look. So now what I'll be doing is I'm going to take my trimmer and I am going to make cuts all the way up to this point, and I'll stop. So I'll cut in this direction and I'll stop here. Then on this line, I'm going to make cuts all the way across, and I stop here. So I'll be cutting in this direction. So I'm going to cut across to here, and I'll cut across here. So that is what I am about to do. So I'm just going to place it in my trimmer and just align it. And if you have the type of trimmer that I have, and even if you don't, I think most trimmers have the little marks here and here. These are intended to be guides. So what I'm doing when I'm lining it up is I'm making sure that the score mark is aligned here. And then when I'm ready to stop cutting, I'll make sure that that mark is aligned here. So you should see those little grooves on your blades. That's what they're for. So I am just going to cut, and remember, I'm going to stop when I get to this point. So there's that one. Then I'm going to turn it this way and line everything up. And I'll cut this way. And so what I have cuts like this. All right, so starting at the bottom, we're simply going to fold on the score marks, but make sure you get those score marks nice and crisp. So you can see I'm folding, and then I'm going to burnish. And we're just going back and forth, back and forth. Then when you get to this point, you're just going to take it, fold it up this way, and we're going to start folding it over this way. Now remember, it's not going to be perfect because we are handcrafting, so your folds might not be as tight, but you're still going to have a beautiful project. So we fold there. So you see all of those folds that we have here? This is how it's going to look. All right, y'all, so once we have this part here, we're going to place down our inside cover pieces, the decorative pieces. So I'm going to cut two pieces at 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 for the inside. And I'll also be cutting two pieces of 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 for the outside. So I'll just go ahead and cut those right now. So two pieces. So in all, you're going to have 4 pieces that are 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. So now I'm just going to take my tape runner, and on the inside, I'm just going to place down these pieces. So I'll take this piece and I'm going to place it right here. See how pretty that is? And I will take this piece, add some tape, and we're going to place this piece right here. Now we'll flip over and we'll go ahead and add some tape to place these pieces. This really is an easy project, and I think it's a very beautiful project that anyone would love to receive. So let's go ahead and put the tape on the back of this one, and we'll take this one and we will put it down like this. So this is our outside cover. So now we're going to take this piece, and I had already started to glue it when I realized I shouldn't have. So I'm going to leave it as is. It's not going to hurt anything. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take some glue place some glue right there on the end, and we're going to go ahead and stick this piece down. So now we can start building our pockets. So on this one, I definitely want a pocket here. So I'm going to take these two and I'm just going to add some glue on the inside and along the bottom. And now I can take this piece and we'll fold it over into that glue to get it stuck and to get our pocket. So now I'm just going to take some glue on this one, place some glue here because I don't want a pocket, and we're going to get this stuck. Don't pay any attention to how yucky this looks. It's going to get better. So now I'm going to make a pocket here. And you really do get to decide how you want your pockets to be. Now let me just add a little bit right here. So even though I placed a pocket before I was ready to place a pocket, it's really not going to hurt anything because I'll be able to fix this. So now we have this, which looks yucky, we have this, but we'll be able to fix it. And I'm leaving this in because it's very important that you see if you start something before you meant to and you have to take it apart, your project is not lost. So now I'm going to take this piece and I need to trim some because I'm going to glue it right here, but it's too much because it's hitting the spine. So I'm just going to take my scissors and trim. And now I want to create a pocket. So I am just going to take a little bit of glue, put some glue there and there. And then I'll place that down. And get that nice and stuck. So now we have our three sections here on the inside. They don't look like much right now, but we're about to fix that. So I'm going to take this piece because I want to cut some pieces to put on the inside. So I am going to cut my pieces at almost 3 inches. By almost 3 inches. So it's a little more than 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. And I'm cutting it like this because I want to be able to cover some of that yucky that I have on the inside. So if you don't have any yuckies like I do, cut yours at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. But I need to hide those yuckies. So that's why I'm doing it like this. But you see how we can fix anything that we do that we don't like. And I'm just cutting out a whole bunch of these because I can't remember exactly how many I need. I think I might need 6, but I'm just going to go ahead and cut out 8. But I think I need 6. All right, so now we're going to take these and we're going to put them on like this and see how that covers up the yuckiness of what I did. So I'm going to go ahead and just add some tape to the backs and I will be right back. All right, so I have my tape on the back and let's go ahead and place these down and you will definitely be able to see how I hide those yuckies that I didn't like. And now you can't see that one. You definitely won't be able to see this one. We're just going to take our piece and we covered it. We're going to take another piece and we cover this one. Take another piece and we're going to cover this one. Take a piece. We will cover this one. And see, we don't have those ugly yuckies anymore. We'll cover this one. Put this one down. So we actually did need 8 pieces, so I need to place some tape on these. So we used all 8. I'm going to place a piece here. And then I'm going to place a piece right here, but I'm going to have to cut this piece because I cut this piece. So I'm going to take my scissors and just cut off a portion of this. Let's see. I think I can cut just a little bit more. And that'll fit right there. So I'm just going to take some tape and we'll take this piece and we're going to put it right there. So now you're able to see that we got rid of those ugly yuckies, and now we have a beautiful 6x6 scrapbook folio card. So I am just going to take it and fold it over like this. Take my bone folder, and it is going to have a little hump to it because we have this section in here. So y'all, that's it. That's how easy it is to make the base for your scrapbook card. Now I am going to go ahead and just cut out some mats to use, and I'm cutting these at 5.5 by 5.5. Then I'm going to cut out 2 white mats at 5 by 5. And then I'm going to adjust one because I think it might be a little bit too large to go in my pocket. So I'm going to adjust one mat to 5 by 5, and then the white, I will adjust it to 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. So we're going to take the white mat that measures 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. Let's add some tape to the back. And we're going to mount it to the mat that measures 5 by 5. Like this. Now we should be able to tuck that in our pocket, and it fits nicely. So now I'll take the mat that measures 5.5 by 5.5, and then the white mat that measures 5 by 5, and we'll do the same thing. So I'm going to add some tape to the back, and we are going to mount this to this piece. Then I will take this piece and I am going to mount it to this piece like that. So again, I'll take some more of my tape runner. And y'all, I'm using this tape runner here for demonstration purposes. It is not a tape runner I would use if I was intending to sell this, because this tape runner can sometimes weaken. The tape can weaken. If you have a tape runner such as a Tombow tape runner, that will be fine for something like this, but just make sure that if you're making these to sell or even to gift, that you are using high quality adhesive so that your project will stay put together. So now we have it like this, and you can see how cute this is already. We haven't done anything to it, and it is absolutely adorable. So now I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to take a crafty sticker sheet, and it's called I Love Crafting by Echo Park. And we are just going to put some stickers down to give you an idea of some of the things that you can do. This one says, I'm creative. You can't expect me to be neat too. So I am just going to go through find me a few little fun stickers just to put down like that. Y'all, I'm not going to do a whole lot because I really do want to keep this very, very simple. Take this one, put it right there. Take this one, we'll put it right there. Just simple stickers. That's all I'm using. Take this one that says make pretty things, which is what we do when we're crafting, right? Let's see. I don't know if this one is going to fit, but I really like it. And it does fit. It says crafting is my jam. Then I'm going to take this one, mount it to just a little bit of this paper. Use my scissors to cut around and cut out, because I want to show you that we do have our little pockets in like that. So we can tuck it in our pocket. Then I have this one that I'm going to take right here and put Create Beauty. So this is a great little scrapbook to make for someone who loves crafting. And so here on the outside, I think I'm just going to keep it very simple. And I am going to put this sticker that says craft like no one is watching. And we can take it and put it right there. Adorable. Then I'm just going to take a couple of my metal corner pieces and we're going to put these down. They're strictly decorative. This isn't anything that you have to do. Everything that I'm doing here is optional. So we're going to put that one there. But you see how it kicks it up just a little bit? I'm going to add our glue here. The glue dries clear, so I don't even worry about it showing. And we'll put that right there. And we just need to give this a moment to dry. And then while that's drying, I am going to take this little sticker here, put it right here at the top, and it says, it's the little things. And y'all, it is. So we have plenty of room to be able to place a photograph. We have this mat here where we can place a photograph. We can also put some journaling spots in here so that we can write a note. So many different things that you can do. But you can see that we have a really cute little scrapbook. I decorated mine with a whole bunch of different sayings, but we can put photo mats here as well. We can take those little snippet photos and place them there. Completely up to you. But I want to close this so that you can see how easy it is to close and how gorgeous it is. So we have this one, and we have the first one that I made. I'm going to make an envelope very quickly so that you can see, yes, you can mail these. Now, these are square, so they will require additional postage here in the U.S., and they'll probably require some additional postage because of the thickness and possibly the weight. All right, so I'm going to take my 12 by 12, and we're going to make a very quick envelope. So I am going to take this 12 by 12, and I am going to cut it at 8.5 by 12. Then on the 8.5 inch side, I'm going to score at 1. Rotate it to the opposite 8.5 inch side and score at 1. On the 12 inch side, I'm going to score at 6. Then let's just fold and burnish our scores. Then I'm just going to snip out here at an angle, here at an angle, and then I'll go in and cut down at an angle. Now I can take my glue, put my glue on to that piece. I didn't round my ends, and that's okay, y'all. So I'm going to take this, fold up and fold over. Get this nice and stuck. Then we're going to take this piece, so we're going to cut a piece that is 6.5 by 5. On the 5-inch side, let's score at 2. We're going to take this and we are going to put it on top of this. But when you put it on top, we're going to place it down with just a little bit of space in between where the end of the envelope here meets this score mark. And I can see that my inside is upside down, but that's not going to matter because this really is to show you how to make this envelope for a 6x6 card. So basically what I've done, I'm using glue because I do get that wiggle room that I want. And you can see how my fold is there and I left about that much space. That way I'll be able to put my card in. Whichever card I want, we'll be able to tuck it in like this, and then we can fold over. So you want to make sure that you leave some extra room so that you can fold your card over. And then if you want to mail this, just add some adhesive to the top, fold over and mail it. Remember to check with your local postal authority to see if there's any additional postage that is required. So I'm doing a full frontal view on these so that you can see just how adorable they are and you can see how they might sit up on a mantle. We have all of these little spots here, tuckables can go in. We can add additional photo mats to the smaller parts, but you can see that we have a beautiful little mini scrapbook album card. Perfect. So I hope that you have enjoyed this fun, quick, and easy way that we can make something that turns out to be a keepsake. If you have enjoyed this video, and I certainly hope that you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, this is what we do, and this is how we do it. And I would love to have you be a part of this. So hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my beautiful crafty friends, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.